I'm Kasturi and welcome to my channel. I'm new here. So this video is going to be about 5 important things to help you crack the CAT and VARC section. By VARC, I verbal and read and comprehension. But you can definitely use the tips I mentioned here for other exams such as your TOEFL, IELTS, SAT. I gave the CAT recently in 2025 and got a 99.47 percentile in VARC and a 97 percentile overall. So you can trust me for these other exams that I have just mentioned. I have also given them, but that was 6 to 7 years ago. So some of the tips that I mentioned are still valid, but most recently they can be used for CAT. So let's dive right in. So for my tip number 1, stop reading. Like, please stop reading blindly. I see so many people do this. I see so many people give out also advice about this that, like, you should read The Animal Farm, 1984, all these books with these complex ideas. And I have nothing against that. They read books and definitely something one should read. But I wouldn't recommend that if you are preparing for an exam like the CAT. The exam is not really about how much you read or if you are able to finish a thick book. It is really about distilling complex information. So I don't think reading books blindly is the best way to do it. Oftentimes I see that people look at animals from this like tiny book I have right here. Yeah, so like a tiny book, I can get through it really quickly. And yes, you can, but the ideas in this book are really complex. And just finishing a book doesn't mean you have understood it. So let's not go there. A good test of how well you've read, or if you're able to read up to the CAT level, is that even if you read 2 paragraphs, make sure you're able to explain what you've just read in simple terms to someone who doesn't know the material. Or another way to check it is if you've read, say, 2 paragraphs, you should be able to explain that simply in 2 lines. And if you've read just 2 lines on something with clarity, and if you've understood it, then you should be able to write at least 1 paragraph out of those 2 lines. So that is how you test if you're reading correctly. And please don't worry about your speed or time or number of words per minute right now. If you're in the early stages, that is fine. We have to focus on intentional reading, and that can be through essays, or it can be through editorials, it can even be through some great news articles that come out. Doesn't have to be books. Just keep that in mind. Be intentional. Do not read blindly. Tip number 2, and this kind of flows through tip number 1 before, is comprehension is way, way, way more important than just meaning or vocabulary. Now, what do I mean by that? When you read something, try to oversimplify it. If you're not able to understand the ideas, oversimplify what you've read brutally, and not just summarize. A summary can still be complex. Oversimplification is just meant for your own understanding. So again, don't stress on time right now. And by comprehension of a passage, you have to identify 3 important things. 1 is the tone of the passage. 2nd is the main idea of the passage. And 3rd is the structure of this. If you're able to identify these 3 correctly, I am 100% sure that you'll be able to get at least 1 of the 4 RC questions correctly. And if you're able to do that for all 4 RCs, that's already 12 marks in the CAT. So make sure that you're comprehending and not just getting to know the meaning of the different words. Yes, that is important on some level, but understanding the big picture is way, way, way more valuable for you right now. Alright. Moving on, tip number 3 And I'm sure you've heard this multiple times before, but process of elimination is absolutely key. It is very important to be able to identify what the author is not saying or what the question is not asking for. Because once you identify that, then it's very easy to come down to or distill the information about what is actually happening, right? So make sure you master the process of elimination. I will not talk too much about process of elimination because there's so much material available online already. I would recommend iPointer's YouTube channel, especially all of Shabana ma'am's lectures. Most of them are free on YouTube. They're wonderful. I personally use another great resource is Jijo sir's videos. He has a separate channel. You can just search on YouTube saying Jijo sir VARC and you'll find his videos. They're also great for process of elimination. Shabana Ma'am's lectures are great because a lot of them are live and she'll take you through the whole RC. So it's wonderful. I won't get into other details about the process of elimination again because there's so much available on it. But if you would like if you would like links to these resources or a compilation of the best resources or a document about the process of elimination, let me know. I have some, so I can share that with you. Now let's move on to tip number 4, which is expose yourself to complex ideas and themes and interdisciplinary concepts because that is what these exams are really testing. Say, for example, let's take the word socialism, right? So I've seen so many people will write the words down in a notebook, they write their meanings, they write their synonyms, but that's not going to do anything. Because just knowing the meaning of socialism does not do anything. What is important to know is how the idea emerged, how it has impacted different aspects of history, what its implications on different factions of society could be, and that can be only understood by yes, you have to know the basic meaning first, but just knowing that meaning and memorizing that meaning in a silo will not take you anywhere. So expose yourself to various ideas, and you can do this through videos, podcasts, even short reels sometimes, TV shows. These are all great ways of doing it. So, for example, just knowing socialism in a silo is not important as knowing how socialism impacted the lives of farmers or how it could impact the life of women. So these complex ideas and the logical flow of these ideas is what these exams are testing. So it's important that when studying or when exposing yourself to these ideas, you are aware that no concept ever in this world operates on its own, right? Everything is interconnected in various ways. And it is important you learn how to make those connections, or even if you don't know how to make those connections, you have to be able to identify them, or at least be able to digest or comprehend them. Like I said earlier, comprehension is way more important than meaning. So that was my tip number 4. Tip number 5, stop stressing over time. Stop right now. If you're preparing for an exam that is more than 6 months away, you have time. In general also, over the monthly scale also, and to tackle the questions also, right? Don't start limiting yourself to, I have to read 400 words under a minute. So we are not chasing the clock right now. We are taking our time, we are sitting down, we are making sure we understand what we read. No worrying about how much time can they give per RC or per question. No worrying about the number of words you need per minute. No worrying about, oh, I only read 3 pages today. None of that. Don't do any of that. Sure. Got it? So that was my tip number 5. And a bonus tip, so tip number 6, is that do not do not make the mistake of ignoring the verbal ability section and focusing solely on reading comprehension. And I will repeat that again. Do not make the mistake of focusing only on the RCs and ignoring VA completely. By VA, I mean it can show up as grammar in some exams, as para completion, as para summaries, or sentence out in other exams. Do not ignore that. Like, it seems in these like 1 or 2 more questions, but the fact that they have been included in the exam means that they carry weight, in the sense that they can be used by the examiner as a barrier for you to get into the institution you want, and you can also break that barrier by being so fluent in those that you will get into the institution you want. So do not ignore the verbal ability section. Oftentimes when people start out, when they make their study plans, when they set their daily targets, they have 3 to 4 RCs set out for the day, right? But there are no VA targets. No one is practicing verbal ability. And that is going to be your edge. If you focus on VA, everyone will get marks in RCs. And then the edge, that's where your percentile jumps, right? That is going to be your verbal ability section. So don't ignore that when you set your daily targets. Even if, say, your daily target is 4 RCs a day, take it down to 3. So you're doing 3 RCs a day, but you have to add 3 questions of each of the verbal ability questions. Okay, know what I mean by those? Because those are 8 questions in the CAT. So that's 24 marks, which is a lot. Like, even if you manage to get half of them correct, that's 12 marks. So if you're getting 30 marks right now through RCs, they put you at 42. So 30 marks is, say, somewhere around the 90% or even lower, I think. And if you get those additional 12 marks, you are in the 98 plus percent, which I want for you. So you will not ignore the verbal ability section. Got it? Okay. So that was it. I think this were my 5 and my bonus tip for you for CAT 2026. Again, if you like this video, please share it with your friends who are preparing for this exam. Subscribe to my channel. I want to keep making more content like this, and I would really appreciate your support. If you want to talk about anything, my DMs are always open, and I will put my Instagram handle below. You can message me there. And also comment down below on the kinds you want me to make. I really want to make videos tailored to your needs and not what everyone else on the internet is already telling you. So if there's anything specific, let it be as stupid as it is. Put it down in the comment box, and I will try to make content for you around that. Thank you for watching. Bye bye. See you.